In this case file from the Puzzle Detective, a very interesting variation on Sudoku. If you're up to the challenge, download the PDF file from the description and then get ready to meet me at the puzzle board. Thanks to PennyDellPuzzles.com for permission to use their puzzles on the Puzzle Detective. Find the link to the free PDF file for this puzzle as well as the link to PennyDellPuzzles.com in the description of this video, and learn more about a special offer at the end of this episode. The puzzle for this episode is Jigsaw Sudoku. And you may be familiar with normal Sudoku puzzles. As you take a look at this, you can say, well, that's not quite what I'm used to. Let's read the instructions and find out exactly what's going on here. Jigsaw Sudoku is like a regular Sudoku, except that the smaller 9 boxes are irregularly shaped areas that resemble jigsaw pieces. And as you take a look at that puzzle, you can see exactly what they're talking about. To solve a Jigsaw Sudoku, place a number in each empty box so that each row, each column, and each irregularly shaped area contains the numbers 1 through 9. And the only difference between this and a regular Sudoku puzzle then is that instead of having those very common 3x3 boxes that we're all used to looking at, you've got these pieces and they're not all shaped the same, but in each one of these areas here, each one of the jigsaw pieces, there are still 9 boxes. So the laws of Sudoku are still right, or they're still true, each row, each column, but instead of each box, we've got these little areas here, which I'm going to also sometimes use the term cells to talk about the areas which are highlighted by the darker borders there. So what is a good way to start solving this one? Well, just like with any Sudoku puzzle, a good idea is to look at what numbers are placed most often and start with those and see if we can figure out where the rest of them go. What do I mean by that? Well, let's step back here and take a look at these numbers that I've written on the dry erase board. This chart shows how many times each of our numbers shows up on the grid. We've got the 2 columns of numbers. The first column, of course, are the numbers 1 through 9. The second column are the number of times each of those numbers shows up on the grid. For example, the number 1 shows up 3 times. We have it 1, 2, 3 times. The number 2 shows up 5 times. We have it 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's kind of what's going on here. We've got each one of the numbers and how many times it shows up on our grid. So as we looked at these numbers one more time, you can see that the number 2, 5, 6, and 8 all show up 5 times. Those are the numbers that we're going to focus on to begin with, because since there's already 5 of them placed, each one of them, there's only 4 more places where they can go. Let's take a look, and we'll start with number 2. We'll start at the top of the list and see how it goes. For each one of those numbers, we're going to check horizontally, we're going to check vertically, and then we're going to check within each one of the cells. Starting with number 2, we don't have a 2 in this row here. Can we place a 2? 2 cannot go in this box because of the 2 down below. 2 cannot go up here because of this 2. 2 cannot go in the middle because of this 2 here. But in these 2 boxes, 2 could go here or here. There are no 2s down below. So that it kind of eliminates that row. Let's move down. There's a 2 in this row, and this row. There's no 2 in the center row. Let's check that out. 2 cannot go here because of this 2. 2 could possibly go in this box. 2 cannot go here, but once again, down here on the end, 2 could go here. We have 2 different choices for 2. That's not going to work. We move on down. This row has a 2. This one does not. Let's check this out. 2 cannot go here because of the 2 up above. 2 cannot go here because of the 2 down below. 2 could possibly go here. 2 cannot go here because of that 2 up above. 2 can also possibly go here. Once again, 2 different choices. We can't quite place that 2 yet until we know for sure which box it goes in. Let's try this row going across. Can a 2 go here? No. Can a 2 go here? It cannot go here or here because this 2 occupies this cell. That eliminates these first 3 boxes. 2 cannot go here because of the 2 up above. Oh, but here we go again. 2 places where 2 could go. There are no 2s up above. So 2 is not where we're going to start as far as checking the rows. We also now have to check vertically. 2 cannot go in either. Well, we already have a 2 in both of these two vertical rows. We don't have one in this column. I should call these columns when we talk up and down. Rows are horizontal. Let's check 2 on this column. 2 cannot go here. 2 cannot go here because of this 2 as far as this cell is concerned. 2 cannot go here. Can 2 go here? Possibly. 2 cannot go here. Looks like this is the only place where a 2 can go. Let's mark that in. Once again, the 2 from this cell eliminates these 2 boxes. The 2 eliminates this one horizontally, and the 2 eliminates that one horizontally. We've now placed our first number. Let's continue with 2 on the vertical checks. 2 is already in this column, this column. We don't have a 2 in this column. We can now put it here because of this 2. We can now put it here because of this 2. This 2 here eliminates this box. We've got more boxes down here. A 2 could possibly go here. A 2 cannot go here or here. We have another place for a 2 right there. Let's move on. There's already a 2 in this column. What about here? We've got a possibility of a 2 right there. A 2 cannot go here. A 2 cannot go here because we filled that 2 in. A 2 could possibly go in here. We don't have it horizontally and we don't have it within the cell, so we have 2 places for a 2 in that column. Let's move on down to the last column. A 2 can possibly go in that upper corner. 2 cannot go here or here because of the 2 within this cell. We have a 2 on that horizontal. We don't have a 2 on this horizontal and not within the cell, so there's 2 possibilities there. But we have found, and we have now added 2 more 2s. What is the final way that we can check? We can check within each of the cells. We started with 5 2s. We've placed 2 of them. That means there's only 2 boxes left where a 2 can go. So we have to find the 2 cells, first of all, where there is no 2. There is no 2 in this cell. These 2 boxes are eliminated because of this 2. 2 is in each one of these columns, so that eliminates these 2 boxes. However, once again, these 2 boxes remain open and available. We can't place that 2. Let's move down and find the other cell where there is no 2. That would be this cell down here. 2 eliminates this box from this row. We've got a 2 up above. We cannot use this, but once again, we have 2 open boxes where a 2 can possibly go. So we've checked horizontally, we've checked vertically, and we've checked it within each of the cells. That's as far as we can get with the 2 right now. So let's step back and see what number we want to check on next. The next one that has 5 already placed is, in fact, the number 5. Yes, we go right back through the same process. This may seem a bit tedious at first, and normally when you start a puzzle such as Sudoku, that's just the way it goes. At the outset, there's a lot of searching to do, but as you place more numbers, the faster things move along. So let's check 5, and this particular row here, there's already a 5. This row, there is no 5. The 5 cannot go here, here, or here because the 5 is within this cell. 5 can possibly go here. 5 can possibly go here also. So that eliminates that particular row. Let's step down to the next row. 5 can possibly go here. It cannot go here. It can possibly go here also. That eliminates that row. Let's step down to the next row. 5 is already here. 5 is already in this row here. 5, we've got 1, 2 possibilities here, and 5 could go in either one of those. That eliminates that row. We'll step down. 5 is here, here, and here, and here. We only have this final row down at the bottom. 5 cannot go in this box because of this 5. 5 can possibly go here. It cannot go here, and it can possibly go there also. So we've got 2 open boxes for 5. We can't place anything there. Let's check 5 vertically. This first column, there's already a 5. The second column, there is no 5. We cannot place the 5 here. 5 is a possibility right there. 5 cannot go here, but 5 can possibly go down at the bottom also. We have 2 open boxes there where 5 can go. We have to skip that column. There's already a 5 here. Let's move to this column, the 4th column. 5 cannot go here. 5 can possibly go there. 5 can possibly go there also. That eliminates this column for the moment. 5 is already placed in the middle column. Let's check this column here. 5 can possibly go in this box. 5 cannot go in this box because the 5 is within this cell. 5 can possibly go in this box, however. So we have 2 boxes where 5 can go. We'll move along to the next column. In this column here, we have a possibility here. This 5 takes out this and this box. The 5 here takes out this box and this box. So that means the only place in this column where a 5 can still go is here. It's a lot of work to place one number, but things will move along as we get further along here. Okay, so we've checked horizontally, we've checked vertically, we've managed to place 1 5. That means there are 3 cells where there is no 5. This cell up here clearly does not have a 5. All 4 of these boxes are eliminated by that 5. The vertical check here, this box and this box, we can still place a 5. That eliminates that particular cell. Where's another cell where there isn't a 5? This cell does not have a 5. A 5 can possibly go here. It can possibly go here. That eliminates that cell. The final cell where there is no 5 is this one down at the bottom. 5 cannot go, 5 cannot go here. A 5 cannot go, well, we're checking this bottom cell. Cannot go here. It could possibly go here. It could possibly go here also. So once again, we have eliminated all of the horizontal checks, all of the vertical checks, and checking within each one of the cells. Just because we were only able to place one of the 5s, that's no reason to give up. We just have to continue with the process and see where things go from here. Let's step back and check the 6. There's already 5 6s placed. One more time, we're going to go back through and check the horizontals. There's a 6 here and a 6 here. Let's check this next row where there isn't a 6. The 6 in this cell eliminates these 2 boxes. This is a possibility. This cannot work here, and this cannot work here. Hey, we've got a spot for a 6. Let's fill that in. We have a 6 already in this row, this row. Let's check the next row here. The 6 in this cell eliminates 1, 2, 3 boxes. 6 is a possibility in the middle. 6 cannot go here. We've got another place for a 6. We now have 7 of the 6s placed. There's a 6 already in this row. As we step down to the next row, 6 cannot go here. 6 cannot go here. 6 cannot go here. It looks like this is a place for a 6 right here because the 6 is up above. Eliminate that and that. And now we move down to the bottom row. 6 can possibly go in the corner. Let's see, we have now 8 6s. There's only one place where a 6 can possibly go. Starting from here, we eliminate 6, 6, 6 up above, 6, 6, 6 as you check all the verticals. This is the only box. As I said, with 8 of them already placed, there's only one place it can go on this row, and that's in the first location right there. And by this point, you're probably asking yourself one question. Is the puzzle detective overdressed for solving puzzles? And the answer is probably. Stepping back, we only have one more number that's already been placed 5 times, and that's the number 8. Let's come back over here and see if we can find any places to put 8. There's already an 8 in this row. We go to the second row. This 8 eliminates the first 3 boxes. 8 here eliminates these 2 boxes. This is the only place for 8 on that row. Let's put it in. There's already 8 in this row. This row, let's check the middle row. 8 here eliminates this one. We've got 2 open boxes here. Well, there's an 8 down below here. That eliminates this box. Let's put an 8. We keep going down. We've now got 7 8s placed. There's only going to be 2 more rows, this row and this row. Let's check this one first. 8 up above eliminates this box. 8 can possibly go here or here, because there are no 8s above or below. So that's 2 possibilities. We can't quite fill that in. Let's jump down to the next row. 8 up above eliminates this box. 8 is a possibility here. 8 is in this column. That eliminates this, and there's an 8 above here. So the only place for an 8 on this particular row is this spot here. Fill that in. And now we can jump back up. Now we have 8 8s placed. That means in this particular row, there's only going to be one open box where there isn't an 8. We're good there, and we are going to put that final 8 right here. So we've now placed all of the 8s. We can cross that off. We've also placed all of the 6s. We can cross that off. We know that we're done with those particular numbers. We're going to now check on the number 3. Even though there's only 4 of them placed, that's still quite a bit of information, and we can probably make some progress by trying to eliminate some of the boxes for 3. Let's check this top row. A 3 can possibly go up in this upper corner. 3 cannot go here. A 3 is a possibility here. So we have 2 spots. We're going to move down to the next row. A 3 can possibly go here. A 3 can possibly go here also. That eliminates this row. We have a 3 already here. Let's check the 4th row. A 3 cannot go here because of the 3 down below. 3 is a possibility in the center. A 3 cannot go here or here because of the 3 within the cell. That means 3 in that center box. We now have 5 3s placed. Let's move down. A 3 already in this row. Let's check the 7th row here. We have a 3 in this cell. That eliminates this box. A 3 here up above. That means that the only place for a 3 remaining here is in that box. We don't have any 3s on the bottom row. Let's see if we can figure out where the 3 goes. Can a 3 go here? It's possible. There are no 3s up above or within this cell. A 3 cannot go here because of the vertical, and the 3 within this cell eliminates this. This is a good place for a 3, the only place it can go in that row. We've now placed how many? 7 3s. We've added 1, 2, 3 plus the 4 that were already there. Let's go back and check cell by cell to see if we can figure out, or vertically perhaps, where the other 3s may go. There is no 3 vertically here. We've got 2 open spots. It could go either one. There's only going to be one more column where there isn't a 3, and that's the end column here. It's possible it could go up in the upper corner. It can't go here because of this 3. It can't go here because of this 3. That leaves only the upper spot here. And now we have 8 3s placed. Let's go back to this cell. And remember, we said in this cell that these 2 boxes were open. Well, this top box is no longer open because of this 3. Let's put that final 3 in there. And we've now placed all 9 3s, and we can eliminate that. We've done a lot of hunting horizontally, vertically, and checking within each of the cells, and we've been able to place a great number of numbers within the boxes. Now it's time to step back and use some of the other Sudoku, standard Sudoku techniques to see if we can figure out where other numbers go. And what do I mean by that? Well, are there any rows, columns, or cells where there's only one box still open? As I step back and look, I don't see any where there's only one, but I see a whole lot of them where there are only 2 possibilities left. First of all, the first thing that jumps out to me is this middle column. There's only a box open at the top and a box open at the bottom. What numbers are missing from there? I don't see a 1 anywhere, so 1 is missing, but we do have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. So 1 and 7 are still missing. A 7 or a 1 can possibly go here. We can't eliminate it using the vertical or the cell. Down here, same story. But you know what we can do is put a 1 and a 7 in the box, meaning that this is either 1 or 7. Down below here, this is 1 or 7. It's kind of a little note that you've made to yourself to help you as you start to sort things out. We have the same situation in this middle row. We only have 2 numbers left. Again, we don't have a 1, and again, we don't have a 7, but look at this. We have a 1 up above. We know then that this has to be 7, and as we come back over here, this then has to be 1. That makes this column now with only 2 open boxes, and you may not do these necessarily in the same order. You look at the puzzle yourself and you're going to see something different than what I see, and but there's no correct or right or wrong way. The only thing that matters is getting the right number in the right box. All right, so let's check this column and see. We've got a 1, 2, 3. We don't have 4. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. We need 4 or 9. Can we eliminate any more of those? Yes, we can. Here's 9 here, which means this has got to be 4, this has to be 9, and this jumps right out at me. Now that we've placed this 9, there's only 1 open box within this jigsaw puzzle piece, within this cell. We have 1, 2, 3. We don't have a 4 anywhere within that cell. Let's put the 4 in here. And now we have only 1 box open. And so as you see, we've done all of the legwork at the beginning of the puzzle, and now things are starting to fall into place a little bit more quickly. In this particular column, we have 1, but we don't have a 2 anywhere. So let's put the 2 in here. And where can we look next? This row here only has 2 open boxes. We've got 1, 2, 3. We don't have 4, we have 5, 6. 4 and 7 are the numbers that we still need for that particular row. We cannot eliminate any of those numbers by looking up and down, so let's put 4 and 7 in each one of those boxes. That means those numbers, those boxes are going to hold either 4 or 7. Do we have any more rows or columns with only a few choices left? As I look at the row just below it, there's only 1 box open here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This has got to be 9. As we look up and down here, there are only 2 boxes. We know that this has to be 4 or 7, which means this also has to be 4 or 7. Those are the only 2 numbers remaining. We can put a 4 or a 7. We can't eliminate them, but we, again, are making progress on this. This is a very interesting opportunity here to point something out with this particular cell down here now. We have all of the numbers represented. We know that this box or this box are going to be 4 or 7. We don't have a 1, but we can go through the rest of them. We've got 2, 3, 4 is going to go here or here. We have 5, 6. We have 7 here or here. We have 8 and 9. That means this has to be 1, because we know that 4 or 7 are going to occupy those 2 boxes. Let's check this vertical now that there's only 2 boxes open here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have 5 anywhere here. 5 cannot go in this box because of the 5 within that cell. Let's put 5 here. We've got 6. We don't have 7, but we've got 8 and 9. We can put 7 there. And now 7 is in this cell. Eliminating 7 from that particular box, we now know that this is 4. And partially erased my 3. Let's fix that. Now we can go down here. This then has to be 7. So one of my favorite things about doing the Sudoku is when you have your little notes in here and one number kind of causes a chain reaction. This 7 now eliminates 7 over here, making that into a 4. And again, we continue to make progress. Let's see what else we have here. Up here in this top row, where there are only 2 open boxes, we know this has to be 1 or 7, and this also has to then be 1 or 7. Those are the only 2 possibilities. Now when we look at this cell, there's only 2 open boxes here. We've got 1 represented, 2, 3, 4. We don't have 5. We've got 6, we've got 7 there, and 8. So this has to be 5 or 9. 5 or 9 for each one of those boxes, 5 or 9. 5 or 9. I don't believe we can eliminate any of them using the vertical, no. But now in this particular row, we have 5 and 9 represented here. The only number that's not represented is the number 1. We can put 1 in there. Vertically checking here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We have only 2, well, this cell here, we only have 1 open box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't have 7. Let's put 7 in there. And checking vertically now, that 7 eliminates the 7 up above. We now know that's 1, making that into a 7, and making this into a 1, Another chain reaction there. Checking up and down, we know this has to be 5 or 9. This also has to be 5 or 9, but it can't be 5. 5 is here. That makes this a 9, making this into a 5, making this into a 9. And where do we go here? This very central jigsaw piece only has one open box. We've got 1, 2, 3. We don't have 4 anywhere within that box. Let's put 4. Checking horizontally, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We don't have 9. We can place 9 there. This cell and also this row only have 2 open boxes. We don't have 1 anywhere in that cell, but 1 down below eliminates 1 here. This has to then be 1. We've got 1, 2, 3. We don't have 4. Checking up and down. We only have 4 boxes remaining here. Let's check this end row here. We've got 1. We don't have 2. And we don't have 7. But we eliminate 2 down here. That means 2 has to go here, and 7 has to go here. That leaves only this center cell down here that kind of runs along the bottom. Let's check it. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have 5. 5 is in this row, meaning this has to be 5 here. We've got 6. We don't have 7. Let's put 7 in there. And for a final check, 7 doesn't appear anywhere else here horizontally, it doesn't appear anywhere else here vertically, and it doesn't appear anywhere else within this cell. It's a good way, it's a good final check to make sure that you don't have any duplicates in any of the rows, columns, or within each one of the jigsaw pieces. We have conformed to the rules of the Sudoku puzzle, and we've completed Jigsaw Sudoku. I'll check back in with you from the Puzzle Detective's desk in just a moment. If you enjoy solving puzzles, you'll find the best selection to challenge your mind at PennyDellPuzzles.com. Whether you're looking for variety collections or entire books devoted to your favorite type of puzzle, you'll find it there, with tremendous values on puzzle magazine packages, including print and solve puzzles that you can download and solve immediately. And as a thank you to viewers, you can find an exclusive offer by going to PennyDellPuzzles.com/thepuzzledetective. Well, I hope you enjoyed solving that puzzle. Don't miss any of my case files. Subscribe to my YouTube channel now, and I hope that you'll leave me a comment. If you'd like to learn more about the Puzzle Detective, go to my website at thepuzzledetective.com. There you can also help support future videos by linking to my Patreon page. And until next time, keep your pencils sharp and your mind sharper.